Welcome to Farming Aid.
The Charolais comeback is shaking up the beef industry in ways few people expected. For decades, this pale-coated French breed was admired for its size and muscle, then slowly slipped out of the spotlight as black-hided Angus dominated the U.S. market. But now, Charolais are back, and they're proving that efficiency, growth, and high-yield carcasses matter more than ever. Across ranches, feedlots, and sale barns, producers are rediscovering the power of Charolais genetics, and the results are changing the game. In this video, we'll dive into why this breed is making such a strong return, what sets it apart from the competition, and how it's beginning to dominate American beef once again. The story begins in the rolling pastures of Charolais, a region in central France where the breed originated centuries ago. Farmers there selected cattle that could not only pull plows but also provide rich meat for the table. Their priorities were practicality and productivity, and over time the Charolais became known for its size, muscling, and efficient growth. By the time they were exported to the U.S. in the mid-20th century, American ranchers were amazed at the difference these cattle could make. Compared to many traditional British breeds, the Charolais delivered calves that hit heavier weaning weights, gained faster on feed, and dressed out with more saleable beef. However, success also came with challenges. The very traits that made Charolais cattle unique, size, rapid growth, and heavy muscling, sometimes caused headaches. Calving difficulties became a concern, especially for smaller-framed cows that struggled to deliver big Charolais cross calves. As Angus gained dominance thanks to its marketing power, black-hided carcass premiums, and reputation for marbling, Charolais slowly slipped into the background. For years, they were viewed as a breed with advantages, but perhaps not enough to stand out in a beef market obsessed with certified Angus beef. But ranchers are practical people, and the economics of cattle production are unforgiving. Over the last 2 decades, U.S. producers have been grappling with higher feed costs, tighter margins, and a beef market that demands efficiency at every stage. Here is where Charolais began quietly proving themselves again. Their growth performance, feed conversion, and carcass yield simply cannot be ignored. Many producers started introducing Charolais genetics into commercial herds, not always for purebred production but for powerful crossbreeding programs that produced calves that grew like rockets, weaned heavier, and sold for more money at market. The comeback really started to take shape when feedlot operators noticed how Charolais-influenced calves handled the finishing stage. These cattle could pack on pounds without wasting feed, and their carcass weights stood out on the rail. At a time when packers and processors want consistent, heavy, and muscular beef that still meets quality grades, Charolais genetics checked those boxes. While Angus excelled at marbling and brand recognition, Charolais became the muscle behind the beef industry's productivity. The hybrid vigor of Charolais crosses with Angus, Hereford, or other breeds created calves that delivered the best of both worlds, the quality grading of British breeds paired with the growth and yield of Charolais. Another reason for the Charolais resurgence in the U.S. is consumer demand. Today's beef eaters want both tenderness and portion size. A ribeye that looks undersized on a plate isn't going to satisfy the customer who paid top dollar at a steakhouse. Charolais-influenced beef provides those thick, high-yield steaks that restaurants and retail outlets love. And with modern genetics and better breeding management, the issues of calving difficulty that haunted the breed decades ago have been greatly reduced. Today's Charolais cattle are more balanced, easier calving, and better suited to diverse environments, making them far more appealing to commercial ranchers than ever before. The American cattle market is also fiercely competitive. Every producer is searching for that edge that allows them to raise calves that not only survive but thrive in tough conditions and then bring premium prices at sale time. In that environment, Charolais crosses shine like few others. Heavier weaning weights mean more dollars in the rancher's pocket. Faster feedlot gains mean less time and expense to get calves to market weight. Higher dressing percentages mean packers are buying carcasses that give them more usable beef. Every step of the chain, from pasture to plate, benefits. But what really sets the Charolais comeback apart from just another cattle trend is the way this breed has adapted to American ranching systems. Charolais cattle have proven themselves in the hot southern plains, the rugged western ranges, and the feed yards of the Midwest. Their adaptability, resilience, and ability to thrive under varying conditions have endeared them to cattlemen across the country. In regions where heat stress can devastate cattle performance, Charolais have held their own. In northern states where cold weather and long winters challenge livestock, Charolais continue to grow and produce efficiently. They are tough, hardy, and versatile, which makes them a reliable investment. Technology and genetics have also played a huge role in this resurgence. With the rise of artificial insemination, embryo transfer, and genomic selection, breeders have been able to refine Charolais cattle into animals that address the concerns of the past while amplifying the traits that make them so valuable. Lower birth weights, improved maternal qualities, and better carcass quality have all been emphasized by modern Charolais breeders. As a result, the breed has shed much of its old baggage and emerged as a modern powerhouse. U.S. ranchers now have access to Charolais genetics that fit seamlessly into commercial herds, creating market-topping calves without sacrificing calving ease or cow efficiency. It's also worth noting how the global cattle market has influenced this comeback. The U.S. beef industry does not operate in isolation. Export markets, particularly in Asia, have been growing steadily, and international buyers value high-yield beef. Countries like South Korea, Japan, and China look for cuts that deliver both size and quality, and Charolais-influenced beef has helped meet those demands. U.S. packers and exporters recognize this advantage, and that translates into opportunities for American ranchers to capitalize on premium genetics. The marketing landscape has changed too. While Angus still holds a strong place in branded beef, consumer education is improving. Shoppers and chefs are becoming more aware of other breeds and the value they bring. Charolais may not have the household recognition of Angus, but the eating experience speaks for itself. Restaurants featuring Charolais beef cuts often highlight the size, tenderness, and unique flavor profile. As consumers become more adventurous and more informed, Charolais are carving out their own niche in the beef identity market. For ranchers, the decision to integrate Charolais into their operations is as much about dollars and cents as it is about tradition or brand loyalty. Consider the economic pressures faced by today's producers. Land costs are rising, feed is expensive, labor is scarce, and weather events create constant uncertainty. In this environment, efficiency is king. A cow that raises a heavier calf without requiring excessive feed or pampering is invaluable. A steer that gains faster and finishes at a higher carcass weight gives the producer a competitive edge. This is where Charolais make the difference. Ranchers are reporting not just incremental improvements but significant boosts in productivity and profitability when they bring Charolais genetics into the mix. Another layer to the Charolais comeback story is the generational shift happening in American agriculture. Younger ranchers are stepping into leadership roles, and they bring with them a willingness to try new strategies. While older generations may have been loyal to certain breeds, younger cattlemen and women are more likely to experiment with crossbreeding programs, genomic tools, and alternative marketing strategies. They look at the numbers and the outcomes rather than simply following tradition. For many of them, Charolais is an attractive choice because the performance data is hard to ignore. The breed also benefits from strong community and association support. The American International Charolais Association has invested heavily in research, breed improvement, and promotion. Their efforts to modernize the breed's image and provide resources for producers have played a critical role in re-establishing Charolais as a competitive force in the beef industry. Breed associations now highlight not only the growth and yield benefits but also the maternal strengths of Charolais cattle. Modern Charolais cows are fertile, durable, and capable of raising calves that thrive from birth to market. In the broader conversation about sustainability, Charolais cattle also have something to contribute. Their efficiency in converting feed into muscle means less waste and more output per pound of input. In an era where consumers and policymakers are increasingly focused on sustainable agriculture, this efficiency is an advantage. Ranchers can produce more beef with fewer resources, a message that resonates strongly with both producers and consumers who care about the environmental footprint of their food. When we look at the future of the American beef industry, it's clear that breeds like Charolais will have a growing role to play. They are not replacing Angus, Hereford, or other popular breeds, but they are reshaping the competitive balance. Crossbreeding systems are proving that Charolais can complement other genetics in powerful ways. The U.S. beef herd is more diverse and more strategically designed than ever before, and Charolais are a key piece of that puzzle. The Charolais comeback is also a reminder of an important truth in agriculture: no breed, crop, or system ever stays at the top forever. Success depends on adaptability, innovation, and meeting the needs of the moment. For Charolais, the moment is now. They have the muscle, the performance, and the modern genetics to thrive in a U.S. beef industry that demands efficiency, quality, and profitability. The Charolais story is more than just a comeback. It's proof that when performance, efficiency, and quality align, a breed can rise to the top no matter how the market shifts. From heavier calves on the ranch to powerful gains in the feedlot and thick, juicy steaks on the plate, Charolais are showing why they deserve a place at the center of U.S. beef production. Their adaptability, modern genetics, and unmatched muscle make them a force in today's cattle industry, and their momentum isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Charolais comeback, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more insights on the cattle world, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Are you seeing more Charolais influence in your area? Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.